I want this over and I just want to get on with my life. And I think one of the themes that you could really learn from yourself saying that is, this is your life. This is life. You know, getting on with this or getting on with the next thing, this is your life. You know what I mean? And to recognize that too, because it's not a string of events from one thing to the next. Life lives in those string of events. So if you learn to accept everything that is, just as it is, then you're going to really find the enjoyment in your life. Because if you have that theme and you keep running that mentality that you have been, you're always going to be searching for happiness, what you want in your life. And this is, you know, not anything against you or on you. This is common. This is a common issue. We think, when I'm stronger, when I'm healthier, when I have more money, when I have that house, I'll be happy. No, it's not. You know, so just the same as, you know, now this is the next issue that you get to deal with in your life. So this is just your life. This is just part. And then don't swing on the pendulum. You know, when something good happens to us, we're way on the good side of the pendulum and we're feeling great and but then something bad happens to us. And the funny thing about a pendulum is it'll swing equally to the negative side as it did to the positive side. So as high as you were on the positive side, you're going to be at that same high on the negative side. Because the pendulum is going to swing that far on the negative side too. So the trick really is to be content right in the middle. And that's really going to help with your anxiety stuff. You start by training your mind. And I had said earlier to get your anxiety under control. Well, I'm going to kind of talk about that a little bit to answer your question. There is no possibility of you or anybody else getting your anxiety under control. If you could do that, nobody would ever have to take pharmaceuticals. It's not about controlling it. It's about, again, seeing it as it is. Seeing it to happen and then adapt to it. Okay? That's the same thing to answer your question, how do you deal with it and how do you tell your body and your mind? It's working through your mind. When you're feeling anxious or stressed or anything, get yourself into a place where you can feel that stress or that anxiety. If you're around a bunch of people, just say, I just need a minute, and run into the bathroom and pay attention. Let yourself feel what you feel like, because it's in awareness, just like when we're talking about concepts. It's in awareness that anything is healed. Any try to sabotage it, you know, you're like, nope, I'm warding against that. I don't want to feel like that. I don't need to feel like that. I'm positive now. I'm not looking at that. Yeah. You're denying yourself what you really feel like, and then it's just going to try to come out even harder. Like what happens when a child is throwing a little bit of a fit and you ignore them? They get louder, don't they? That's the same thing. So the best thing is to let yourself recognize what you're feeling. That doesn't mean you have to take action on it, but you have to recognize and be aware of it. When you do that, now it's out in the open, and then you can deal with it in an effective way. Because the thing is, our mind is a tool. But what happens is we let the mind control us. Got the problem of anxiety because the mind is controlling you. Where what you need to do is use the mind as a tool so that you can think through things logically. That's why we have a mind. But it shouldn't control us. So now you've acknowledged that you feel anxious. And what I mean by that is, so you get in the bathroom or wherever you can separate yourself and you're like, okay, this is what I'm feeling like. I'm having anxiety right now. I love myself enough to allow myself to feel this and to understand this. What does it feel like? My heart is racing. I can't breathe. My breathing is really heavy and short. I'm shaking. I feel clammy. Pay attention to every way that you feel. Now you use your mind as a tool. And just like any other concept, is this something I want in my life, or is it hindering? Well, you know what? This is hindering me. I don't want to feel like this. Use it to help you. Okay. I don't need to feel this anxiety. I've allowed myself to. I understand that that's how I feel right now. However, now let's put my mind as a tool instead of letting it control me. I'm going to focus on my breathing, and you focus on your breathing. And as you're focusing on your breathing, you're realizing that your heart level is calming down, and you're very in tune to your body and getting it to where you want it to be, to come back to a state that works for you rather than one that you're controlled by. For this audio or video and a variety of other life-changing downloads available, please visit www.theextremepotential.com.